What's up, YouTube? Had a pretty busy morning this morning. Woke up early, ran straight to the bank, and then right after that I had I don't even know what to call him, a chiropractor, kinesiologist, soft tissue massage worker, I guess you could say. But I've been seeing this guy now for like 4 weeks now or something, just a few weeks, not very long. But know when you go see someone like a healthcare practitioner or a massage therapist or a chiropractor, whatever, and sometimes you tell them what's hurting and what's not, and they kind of listen and they work close to it, but you don't feel like they really know what they're doing. And then there's another kind who like instills confidence in you. You can just tell they're confident what they're doing, and they're like, yep, you're hurt because this is happening, I'm gonna do this to make it not hurt, blah blah. That's what this guy's like for me. Dr. Pankow, his Instagram's Dr. Pank, so I keep calling him that. But he's a chiropractor, kinesiologist, and nutritionist. I think all the above. So the guy really knows his shit. He gets in there, and it's nice to have someone who can do all of that, because normally you go see someone for massage, you go see someone for a chiropractor, and when you go see a chiropractor, it's normally like a 30-second like fix up, and then they kind of send you out, and then you go to the masseuse. But to combine it is very nice. So we're doing some like, I'm not sure if it's called Grafton, but it's very similar to Grafton, with like the metal bars, the scraping and whatnot, a little bit of deep tissue, cracking my neck. I've complained all the time about having neck pain, and in the last few weeks I got a new pillow and I've been seeing him, and the combo of the both, I've literally been waking up with no neck pain, so it's been pretty amazing. Even my knee's been getting bad again. Like before Christmas it was starting to hurt again and I couldn't squat, so he's opened that up quite a bit around my quads and everything, and it's helped. I squatted the other day for the first time in a while and it felt pretty good. So if you're in Ottawa, especially Canada or Smith Falls, I think he's in, definitely check him out, because he's been working wonders for me. At least I can say that. But other than that, I went and I got my hair cut and a little bit of a beard trim to look all pretty, because I'm heading to Australia tomorrow, and I gotta get inside and pack. I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna go eat, and then today I believe I'm training shoulders. So let's go get it.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts.
So my last video and a few other videos, I kind of talked about my health getting better and whatnot, and just some of the results I've gotten, but I haven't actually spoken about like how I feel about all this and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to get as emotional as I did in my last video, or the last video of me talking about it. So there will be no crying in this video, I promise. But I kind of want to touch, because I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way in different situations, slightly similar, whatever. Everyone kind of second guesses himself and has doubts for whatever reason. But obviously kind of getting the okay to that my body's back pretty much normal but not 100% is a very good thing to hear, and I'm really excited that I was able to get back to being healthy. But it's definitely keeps something like hanging over my shoulder that's like a scary thought of what if it comes back, like what caused it in the first place to get so bad, etc., etc. And it's something that obviously worries me into getting back into competing, pushing my body in this off season to kind of grow and whatnot. And this is something I've talked with Courtney too, because she had gotten sick in the past too and has her own shit she's been through, kind of some stomach and digestion gut issues. And she kind of feels the same way, where you're scared to get back into it because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to go through that past thing again. And it really does terrify me to, if I were to go through that again. Obviously, you don't want to put your body in that position. But I'm also the kind of person who knows I can't live my life without trying. So if I were to like hang it up right now and be like, nah, I don't want to like risk anything. I don't know if this is going to make it worse or not matter at all. So I'm just going to quit competing, stop training hard, etc., etc. I'd look back at myself 5 years down the road and like hate myself. I know I would. I would regret it so much, not knowing that I didn't try, that I came so close to this huge goal of mine winning Olympia and just kind of backed out because of like some fear hanging over my shoulder. And it is scary because who knows, something could happen to me again. But it's kind of something that is just, life is never certain of a lot of things. So just something you got to live with. You can't really stress about things that are that out of your control. Decide what's more worth it to you. And to me, I know I can balance it healthy enough and whatever enough that I'm not putting myself too much of a risk that I need to try this, at least for myself. And I've spoken to Ian about this too. I've spoken to everyone, obviously, kind of about how I feel and how I'm scared to get into this. And Ian was like, if you're starting prep already being scared to push yourself and you're not going to diet as hard, you're not going to do anything as hard, then just fucking quit now, because there's no point in going half-ass. And it's true, bodybuilding, anything professional, you can't really go half-ass. You see even athletes who get injuries. I know D Rose, who used to be my favorite basketball player, had knee injury after knee injury, and he just kind of stopped trying. When he played, you see a lot of like NFL players get concussions, and they're afraid to kind of like ram into people, play as aggressive as they used to. They kind of hold back, and they're not the same player that they used to be. And they end up kind of sucking at what they do. So I don't want to be someone who just comes in here half-assed and just doesn't push myself like I used to because I'm scared. Even like relationships, you might fall in love and get your heart broken and be afraid to like hop back in the dating world and go looking for it again because you know it hurt you so bad, and you just kind of feel safe being single, home alone, whatever. Like I feel safe right now just eating a little bit. I'm training pretty hard but not really pushing anything. It's safe. But the truth is you get nothing done being safe. No one ever got famous. No legends were ever made from being safe. So if you really want to push yourself and be successful in something, you kind of got to juggle if that fear of failing or whatever, getting hurt, etc., etc., if that fear is worth it for you for that end goal. And for me, I know it 100% is. So even though I have these fears right now, I know I got to just kind of push them aside and chase the dream. I've packed so many times in the last few years, and I still suck at this. I think the best meme I've ever seen describing packing was, it was just about underwear, but it was like, pack your underwear if you're going to shit yourself 2 to 3 times a day. That is very accurate. I always bring a full bag of just boxers because no one likes wearing dirty boxers, and if you train once a day, it's hot as hell, sweating, like I'm switching those out as often as possible, getting blurry. But other than that, I really only brought like a bunch of Gymshark stuff and gym clothes because I don't like wearing normal shorts in the summer. I have pretty big legs and they're comfortable when it's hot, so I just bring gym shorts, and it's hot as hell there, so I'm only bringing one hoodie, or this plaid hoodie right here. I'll wear a hoodie tomorrow to the airport. And other than that, it's really just shoes, toiletries, and whatnot. I also try and make sure I fit like everything into my big suitcase that I check, because I hate walking around with bags in the airport. So I always bring one backpack and then this little like bag, which has my passport, wallet, and boarding pass and all that other stuff. But I can't decide right now if I'm going to bring a duffel bag, if I need that one that big, or just bring my backpack. Because all I put in my bag that I don't check is food normally. I'll have like my laptop, headphones, and then like normally I have like a meal or two. But this is a 24-hour travel time. So I'm going to have to pack like 6 meals, maybe. They give you a meal on the plane, which is like 3 ounces of chicken and some other random stuff. but I'm probably gonna have to pack like 6 meals. I'll probably do 5 meals, throw one in my check bag frozen, so when I get there I have a meal to eat just in case there's nothing around. And other than that, shoes. I hate packing shoes because they take so much space, but I also hate going to these things and wearing the same pair of shoes every day, even though I always wear Converse. So I'm just gonna bring like a pair of Converse to train in and shit, and an Ultra Boost to walk around in, because they are the comfiest airport shoe ever. If you guys are looking for airport shoes, Ultra Boosts are the thing to do. These are my favorite ones right now. They're like a blue and pink one kind of. But what I've been wearing in the winter are either my all black ones there, or these ones right here. The most OG Adidas look you can imagine. Also bring knee sleeves and a belt, because I have bad knees lately, and I'm not using this trip as an excuse not to train legs. So, trying to pack all this shit into one suitcase for 8 days across the world, just so I can bring food on the plane. So tips for trying not to become a complete water buffalo after flying that long. I mean, I've never flown that long, but the tips I've been doing for my other flights: eat as little carbs as possible while you're flying, because carbs are what holds water often. That, sodium, whatever. Try and avoid that as much as possible. So if you're in the airport and you're looking for food, don't go and get like fast food just because it's quick and whatnot. It's going to cause you to feel way shittier, tired. It's going to bloat you like crazy. So try and avoid that. Pack your own meals ahead of time and drink as much water as possible. You want to keep water flowing through you as much as you can. I know when I've flown to shows in the past, the goal has been to drink a liter of water every hour I'm on the plane, but that's been like for like 4-hour flights, and that's me water loading for the show and everything. So obviously I'm not going to do that for a 15-hour flight. I'm not drinking 15 liters of water, but try and get at least a few liters of water in. If you have to bring your own bottle, they'll usually refill it for you, and that helps a lot. I also wear, on my last flight I did this and it helped a little bit, compression socks. Just wear them. They have them at like any CVS, Shoppers Drug Mart, wherever you're from. High, tight socks that kind of keep the blood circulating so your ankles don't get swollen, as we all know mine do. And other than that, yeah, just be prepared. Bring your water bottle, drink as much water as you can, bring your own meals, low carb, low salt, low sodium, and try and sleep, because I'm bad at sleeping on planes. So, like I said in my last video, I might try and pull an all-nighter tonight. Wake up early, well, if I'm okay, sleep little, wake up early tomorrow, and then not sleep on my first flight to Vancouver, which is about 5 hours, and then hopefully I can pass out on my flight to Australia. Also, I never mentioned, in Vancouver, I'm meeting up with Calvin, good old videographer Calvin, my favorite video camera boy. Love you, Calvin. But he's coming down with me to Australia, so he's going to help document a lot of this trip. So we're going to get some sick videos out. Hopefully we can get like 4 videos out over the week. A bunch of training stuff, just what we're doing out there and all that. So he's meeting me in Vancouver, and then we're both flying to Australia together. So super excited for that. That's about all I have to say. I got to kind of wrap up this packing and get my shit together and pre-pack my meals tonight, so tomorrow they're all ready to just throw in the bag and go. I also usually have 2 meals, adding on to my meals I bring. I have 2 meals that I just keep in the fridge and I don't freeze, and then I have like 2, I'll probably have 2 that I freeze before, so that by the time I eat them, like 15 hours later, they're de-thawed and they're not gross and rancid and nasty in the plane. So, last tip of the day. But other than that, I might not see you till Australia.